An infographic is a common tool used by scholars, students, and professionals to present information in an easy-to-read way. Infographics can be an effective, visual, and inviting way to share work with others. In this video, I will discuss things you'll want to consider when creating infographics, as well as some tools you can use to do so. Before you start on your infographic, you'll want to ask yourself a few questions. 1. What is the most interesting or important things that you want your audience to learn from your infographic? And 2, what are some non-textual ways you can convey information on your infographic? By thinking about these questions as you begin the infographic designing process, you can set yourself up for a visually pleasing and effective infographic. The top tips to keep in mind when designing an infographic is to keep it simple, don't use a lot of text, and when you do, use at least a 24-point font. Select easy to read fonts, don't use harsh colors, and less is usually more. Remember, the point of an infographic is to convey information quickly and in a visually pleasing way. The 3 easiest platforms to create an infographic are PowerPoint, Canva, and Piktochart. I'm going to show you how to begin an infographic on these 3 platforms. First, let's look at PowerPoint. You have access to PowerPoint through UHV's Office 365 subscription. You can either use it in the browser or download the desktop app. I will show you how to create an infographic on the desktop version. The instructions are mostly the same for the browser, although some buttons may have slightly different names. Open up PowerPoint on your computer and then select a blank presentation. I highly recommend setting up your slide correctly before you add any content. It can be a pain to change your slide to the correct orientation after you've already added your material. Most infographics are created in a portrait or vertical orientation, so we will go to the Design tab, Slide Size, Custom Slide Size, and then we will change our slides to portrait orientation. You will be asked whether you want to scale your content up or down. As long as you don't have any content on your infographic yet, you can answer either way, it won't matter. Once the slide is the correct orientation, you can start to add your content. The most useful tab for adding content is the Insert tab. Here, you can insert shapes, icons, smart art, which provide you ways to convey information in things like lists, cycles, and hierarchies, and charts, which can help you convey numerical information. When you click on an item in your infographic, you'll see a tab pop up which will allow you to change its features. You can also add text boxes from the Insert tab. When you're finished with your infographic, you can save it in whatever file format you need. Second, we'll look at Canva. Canva is a web-based software for designing visual content, such as infographics. You will need to create a free account to use Canva. We'll go to canva.com, click on Sign Up, and then sign up for an account using the method you prefer. Here I am logged in to my Canva account, and I can select the type of design I would like to create. Here I'm going to type in infographic, and it will allow me to select a blank infographic, or I can choose from the following designs. These designs will just provide a guideline. Don't worry, you can change anything you'd like on the design as you're creating it. For now, I will select a blank template. And this is zoomed out pretty far, so you can increase the zoom to make it easier to see as you create your infographic. From here, you can use the left panel to add content to your infographic. The templates will allow you to see design ideas. Uploads is where you can add images you have found from the web or your computer. You can search Canva's photo library for images to use on your infographic. Elements includes things like icons, lines, shapes, charts, and more. Remember that you can always use this search icons and shapes bar to find icons you'd like to use. Text allows you to add text to your design. This is helpful to look at because it will have fonts that look good together. You can always change your font up at the top of the page. Styles will give you design ideas for your project, and then backgrounds will provide you with different backgrounds you can use on your infographic, although you can really use any images or shapes for your background. Some useful design elements at the top of the header are font and font size, font color, position relative to the page and other items on the infographic, although you can move them around as you choose, as well as transparency, which allows you to change how transparent items are. Once you're finished with your design, you can click on this arrow and download your infographic in whatever file you'd like. Last is Piktochart. Piktochart is also a web-based software and it specializes in infographics. We'll go to piktochart.com and then sign up for your free account in whatever method you choose. Here I am logged into my Piktochart account. I will select Create New and then Infographic. Just like Canva, I can start from a design, which I can change later how I would like, or I can start with a blank template. I'll start with a blank template. And you can see it looks very similar to Canva and really has most of the same features. You can see it has graphics like shapes, illustrations, and more. Uploads where you can upload your own images, background for your background design, text, and tools like charts, and a map feature that allows you to display maps with selected characteristics. One different tab that Piktochart has is Design Components. This will give you different ideas for different elements, like say a timeline or comparisons. Just like Canva, the header across the top of the page will have other design and formatting options. Once you're ready to save your infographic, you can hit download and then download it as a PNG file. Check out more tips on designing infographics as well as links to more help on using the software I mentioned in this video on the UHV Library's Infographics and Research Posters Guide. As always, contact the library if you have any questions.